Hi, I am Sue Ann Austin, and I teach math in the Academic Foundations Department. Today, I'm going to share with you my Math 071 course and the improvements I've made for EPIC 110 Master Certification. Math 071 is a co-requisite course. All students enrolled in this course are also enrolled in the same Math 171 Precalculus Algebra course. Math 071 is designed to teach students prerequisite skills just in time as they need them for Math 171. I will begin by showing you the navigation for the course. Until the 10% point of the semester, I start students in the Getting Started content folder instead of announcements. At the top of the Getting Started folder, there is a video and description of the steps they need to complete to be able to access course content. All course content is locked under adaptive release until they complete the steps in order. Notice that I have placed an item in the Lessons folder that points students back to the list of steps they must complete in order to access content. First, students must complete the course entry quiz. Once they complete that quiz, they must complete the FERPA agreement. There are two places in this agreement for them to electronically sign it. One is to say that I can discuss grades and attendance with them through email, and the other is an academic integrity statement. After signing the FERPA agreement, the Getting Started Course Policies module will open up. Students must read the Getting Started module and mark each item as reviewed before the next item will open up. This ensures they see information about policies and structures for the course. The very last item in this module tells them to return to the Getting Started folder, where they will see a link to the course syllabus. They then need to read and review, mark as reviewed, the course syllabus. At this point, the syllabus and policy quiz will be available for them to take. They must score a 100% on this quiz in order to access the course content. I give them unlimited attempts on this quiz. Once they reach 100%, content will open under Lessons. Notice that I have an item in the Getting Started folder that will appear once they score a 100% to tell them to proceed to the Lessons content area to get started. The course content is broken up into 4 modules. Each module is 3 to 4 weeks in length. I always open up the current week and the upcoming week for those students who would like to work ahead. Each weekly folder shows the lesson content that students will need to master or learn during the week, and the assignments and the dates they are due for the week. Once they click on the week folder, they will see a checklist at the top. The lesson modules are listed in the order that I suggest they complete them in. Next, there is a weekly overview video. I record this each week with information and tips about the week's content. In the early weeks of the semester, I make sure I have my webcam on so they see my face and hopefully get to know me better. Each lesson module has either a soft chalk lesson or a Desmos lesson for students to complete. There are various other assignments each week, such as discussion boards or journals. Each week ends with a check for understanding quiz. The problems in this quiz come from the student workbook for the course. I encourage students to use one of their 5 attempts on this quiz to help them gauge their understanding of the course and what they really need to learn each week. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the improvements I made to the course for EPIC 110. My goals with EPIC 110 were, first of all, to make the course content better. So I wanted each lesson module to have either a soft chalk lesson or an interactive Desmos activity to lead the student through the concepts they needed to learn. I wanted to create a course banner and some course branding to kind of make the course look a little more visually appealing. I also wanted to add videos to assist students in the structure of the course. So a getting started video, a strategies for success video, a lesson module video. I also created a video to introduce myself to my students. And then I'm adding a weekly student survey to get input from students as to what is going well in the course and what is not going well. First, I will talk about the course content improvements that I made as part of EPIC 110. Each lesson module in my course now has either a soft chalk lesson or an interactive Desmos activity. In the past, many lessons simply had a PowerPoint and some videos. I have incorporated the information from the PowerPoints and the video links into these lessons to lead students through the learning process in a manner similar to what I would do in a seated classroom. The soft chalk lessons for many of the study skills lesson modules, such as success strategies for online learning, are score center lessons. These lessons include essay questions for students to answer after viewing the videos included. This keeps the students accountable for watching and reading the content provided. The course has a variety of different assignments. To allow students to introduce themselves to each other and to me, I'm using a Flipgrid discussion board. I provide some questions for them to answer in their video posts. I also include instructions on how to create the post and explain that they can do an audio-only post if they prefer not to video themselves. I encourage them to respond to each other's videos. I also create an introductory video and respond to each student's video post. For any discussion board in the course, I always respond to each student's post so that they know I am actively reviewing their work in the course. Another study skill that students need to learn in this course is time management. In the soft chalk lesson for this study skill, I include instructions on the time management assignment that they will complete. In this lesson where I describe how they'll complete their assignment, I also include samples of the two calendars that they will create, a monthly calendar and a daily calendar. In the actual time management assignment, I also include the grading rubric that I will use for this assignment. Another new assignment I have created is the Study Skills Effective Practice and Note-Taking Discussion Board. Prior to completing this discussion board, students complete a lesson module on note-taking and homework in math class. And that lesson module includes a video on the importance of homework and practice in learning math. For this discussion board, they will then describe how they organize their notes in their notebook for both this class and for Math 171. And then I ask them to talk about any key takeaway they have from the videos in the learning module and what is one new note-taking or study practice habit that they'll commit to in the upcoming module. I strategically placed this lesson module and discussion board after they've taken their first test in Math 171, because now they've seen what a test looks like and what they need to know, and that helps them really more effectively reflect on their study habits for the course. Once students receive their graded tests back in Math 171, I have them complete a test reflection journal. The purpose of this assignment is for them to reflect upon their performance on the test, including why they made the mistakes they made. I provide them with an Excel worksheet This worksheet has 2 sheets in it. The first one, there's a column for every problem on the test, and they pick why they think they made the mistake they did in that problem if they didn't get it correct. The second part of the worksheet has them reflecting upon what they did to prepare for the test and how much time they prepared for the test. Using the information from that worksheet, I then have them write a journal entry where they reflect upon their test reflection, their performance on the test, and what they think they need to do going forward so that they can be successful in the upcoming module. Also, if they didn't take the test, they still have to complete this test reflection journal. And in that case, I want them to reflect on why they didn't take the test and how they can make sure they'll take the test in the future. The last set of lesson content and assignments that I want to show to you is the preparation students will do for the final exam. In the lesson module for preparing for the final exam, they will watch 2 videos. One talks about how to study for a comprehensive final exam, and the other talks about how to schedule their time as they prepare for the exam. Based on this lesson module and the videos they watched, I first have them complete a journal entry on how they're going to study for the final exam, what techniques they're going to use, and then to tell me what their study plan is going to be to prepare for the final exam. The next thing they will do is they will create 2 blog entries. And this is based on the final exam Muddiest 171 topics activity. In this activity, they'll look at what concepts they struggled with, especially on their tests in the course. They will end up picking the 2 concepts that they struggled the most with. And for each of those concepts, they'll create a blog entry where they'll find a sample problem from the course, either in their workbook or their WebAssign problems. They'll work that problem out on their blog entry, and then they'll finish with talking about how to avoid errors and what they did in order to learn this concept better. And then I encourage them to use all these blog entries as kind of a practice test as they're preparing. And also, they are required to respond to at least one of the blog entries with a substantive and encouraging response. Next, I will talk about the course branding I did as part of EPIC 110. I wanted to brand the course to make it more visually appealing and also to make it look a little more cohesive. First, I created a course banner. I also added an image to the welcome announcement that students will look at on the first day. For each module in the course, I created an image using the app Canva. You can see that each image for each module is a different color. For each week, I also created an image using Canva, and I've made each one of these images correspond to the module color. So module 1 was purple, and each week in that module has a purple logo. So my hope is that these images will help students kind of connect the weeks and modules together as they progress through the course. I also created some new videos for the course. In the Getting Started area, I created a video that's an introduction to me, their instructor. So this link to the video is here in Getting Started, and it's not under adaptive release. Students can see this video from day 1 so that they will hopefully feel a connection to me as their instructor. I have also put this link to this video in my contact information under faculty information. It's under the personal link, so they can also get to the video from there to learn a little more about me. I created a video using Powtoons to help students get started in the class. This video leads them through doing the course entry quiz with a screenshot of it, the FERPA agreement, the course policy quiz, including telling them hit mark reviewed, the course syllabus and hit mark reviewed, and then it talks about taking the syllabus and policy quiz, and then if you don't get 100, you need to retake that quiz. The next video I created is included at the beginning of each module, and I created this also with Powtoons. And this is a video on the strategies for success in the course. So it talks about 5 tips for success, which includes managing your time and, working through each of the lesson modules. It also talks about how I suggest that they do their check for understanding quiz first early in the week to help them gauge how much time they need to spend in each module. And then the final video I created is included at the beginning of each week in the weekly checklist, and is titled Everything You Need to Know About Lesson Modules. And in here, this video shows them how to work through a soft chalk lesson module, that uses the score center, emphasizing that they need to click finish after they put information into the essay questions, and also what they should do to complete the Desmos, the interactive Desmos lessons. And now for some final thoughts. My hope is that this course now exceeds EPIC standards in many, if not most, areas. I have added a student survey to the course for each week. By using this survey, students can tell me what needs to be clarified or made better in the course, and also what is working well in the course. This information will be valuable moving forward to help me continually improve the course after EPIC 110 is complete.